Hello and welcome to English Easy Way, the podcast where we learn English together, one conversation at a time. I'm Mike.
And I'm Sarah. We're so happy you're here with us today. In this episode, we're going to learn how to talk about a very common topic.
Work. That's right. We'll learn how to answer questions like, what do you do? And where do you work? We'll use simple, clear English and lots of stories to help you remember.
Exactly. And don't worry if you're a student or don't have a job right now. We have phrases for everyone. So get comfortable and let's get started.
Okay, Sarah, let's start with the most basic question. If I meet you for the first time, what question do I ask about your work?
The most common question is, what do you do? It's a short way to say, what do you do for a living? Or what is your job?
Perfect. So how can you answer that? Let's give some simple examples.
Of course. The easiest way is to say, I am your job. For example, I am a teacher, or I am a nurse, or I am a programmer.
Great. And if you work for a company, you can also say, I work in a field or department, like I work in marketing, or I work in sales, or I work in a hospital.
Yes, and another important question is, where do you work? You can answer with, I work at a place. For example, I work at a school, or I work at a bank, or I work at a restaurant.
Or if it's a specific company name, you can say, I work for a company, like I work for Google, or I work for a small company.
Now, Mike, let's tell a short story to make this easier to remember. Imagine a man named Alex. He meets a woman named Lisa at a party.
Oh, I like stories. Okay, so Lisa says to Alex, Hi, it's nice to meet you. What do you do?
And Alex smiles and says, I am a chef.
Lisa is interested. So she asks, That's great. Where do you work?
And Alex says, I work at a small Italian restaurant called Mario's. Simple, right?
Very simple and very useful.
Now, after what do you do, people often ask, what do you do every day? Or what is a normal day for you? To answer this, we use the simple present tense.
That's right. We use it for habits and routines. Let's use our friend Alex, the chef, again. Sarah, can you tell us about his day?
Absolutely. Let's imagine Alex's morning. Alex wakes up early every day. He goes to the restaurant at 8 o'clock in the morning. First, he checks the fresh vegetables and meat. Then, he plans the daily specials. He and his team start preparing the food for lunch.
Excellent. Let's give another example. Let's talk about a woman named Maria. She is an office manager.
Oh, good idea. So, what does Maria do? Maria works in an office. She starts work at 9 a.m. She answers emails and makes phone calls. She has meetings with her team. She organizes schedules.
Notice the verbs wake up, go, check, plan, start, work, answer, make, have, organize. These are all simple present tense for routines.
Now, let's make it personal. Mike, what do you do? Tell us about your normal day at this podcast.
Okay, I am a podcast host. I work from my home office. I usually start work at 10 a.m. First, I drink coffee. Then, I research topics for our show. I write scripts with Sarah. And later, we record our podcast.
Wonderful. And listeners, we will put a list of these common work verbs on our website for you to practice.
Now, sometimes you need to talk about a previous job or your future dream job. For this, we need different tenses.
Let's start with the past. Mike, what did you do before you were a podcast host?
Good question. I can use the simple past tense. Before this, I was an English teacher. I worked at a language school for 5 years. I taught adult students. I really enjoyed it.
That's a great example. Listen to those past tense verbs: was, worked, taught, enjoyed. So if someone asks you, what was your previous job? You can answer like Mike did.
Now, let's talk about the future. Sarah, what is your dream job?
Ooh, I love this question. For dreams and future plans, we can use would like to or want to. It's polite and very common.
So, what would you like to do?
I would like to write a book one day. I want to write a book about learning English. It would be for beginners, like our podcast.
That's a fantastic dream. Let's create one more story. Let's talk about our friend Maria, the office manager. She has a new goal.
Okay, so Maria is thinking about her future. She says, I like my job, but I want to learn new skills. In the future, I would like to work in a different country, so I am studying French now.
Beautiful. That uses want to for a desire and would like to for a future dream.
Mike, we should talk about this. Many of our listeners might be students, or maybe they are looking for a job. What can they say?
That's a very important point. You should never feel shy. Here are some perfect and correct answers.
If you are a student, you can say, I am a student. You can add, I study, your subject, at your school. For example, I study engineering at the university.
And if you are looking for a job, you can say, I am looking for a job at the moment. Or, I am between jobs right now. This is a polite and professional way to say it.
And if you stay at home, you can say, I am a stay-at-home parent. Or simply, I take care of my home and family.
All of these are great answers. The most important thing is to be confident.
Well, we have learned a lot today. Let's do a very quick review, Mike.
Okay. Number 1, how to answer, what do you do? I am a teacher, chef, manager. I work in marketing, a hospital, sales.
Number 2, how to talk about your daily routine. Use the simple present tense. I start work at 9. I answer emails. I have meetings.
Number 3, how to talk about past jobs and future dreams. Past, I worked at. Future, I would like to, I want to.
And number 4, what to say if you don't have a job. I am a student. Or I am looking for a job. Or I am a stay-at-home parent.
Perfect. Remember, the best way to learn is to practice. Try to write a few sentences about your own work or your friend's work.
Yes, practice saying them out loud. You can even use our stories as a model.
Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of English for Beginners.
Keep practicing, and remember, we are all learning together. See you next time.
Okay, let's start at the very beginning. Sarah, what is the first and most common question people ask?
It's simple. What do you do? Sometimes people say, what do you do for a living? It means the same thing.
Perfect. Now let's give our listeners simple formulas to answer this. Formula 1, I am a plus job title.
For example, I am a teacher. I am a software developer. I am a nurse.
Formula 2, I work in plus field or place. For example, I work in marketing. I work in a hospital. I work in a school. Formula 3, I work for plus company name.
For example, I work for a small startup. I work for my family. Or I work for Sony.
Now let's introduce our first story character. Let's meet David.
Great idea. David is a graphic designer. So if someone asks him, what do you do? He can say, I am a graphic designer, using Formula 1. Or, I work in design, using Formula 2. Or, I work for a creative agency called DesignWorks, using Formula 3.
He can use any of these. They are all correct. Now, a question for our listeners. What do you do? Try to say one sentence about your work right now. Use one of our formulas. Pause the podcast if you need time.
Okay, so you've told someone your job. The next question is usually about your routine. Mike, what do people ask?
They often ask, "What's a typical day like for you?" Or, "What do you do every day?" To answer this, we need our best friend, tense, the present simple.
Yes, we use it for habits, routines, and facts. Let's go back to our friend, David, the graphic designer. Let's describe his typical day.
David usually starts work at 9 a.m. First, he checks his emails and messages. He often has a meeting with his team at 10 a.m. He designs logos, posters, and websites for clients. He eats lunch at his desk around 1 p.m. In the afternoon, he revises his designs based on feedback. He finishes work at 6 p.m.
Fantastic! Did you hear all those present simple verbs? Starts, checks, has, designs, eats, revises, finishes. These are the actions he does regularly.
Now, let's meet another character. This is Maria. She's a barista. That's a person who makes coffee in a cafe.
Let's describe her day. Maria works in a busy cafe. She opens the cafe early in the morning. She makes coffee and tea for customers. She also serves pastries and cakes. She talks with customers and makes them feel welcome. She cleans the machines and closes the cafe in the evening.
Listeners, it's your turn again. 3, 2, 1. Think about your job. What do you do every day? Try to say 2 or 3 sentences. Use words like first, then, after that, later. Remember to use the present simple.
Life isn't just about the present. Sometimes you need to talk about your old job or your future dreams. For that, we change the tense.
Let's start with the past. If someone asks, "What did you do before this?" or "What was your previous job?" we use the simple past tense.
Let's check in with David again. Before he was a graphic designer, what did he do?
Before this, David was a waiter. He worked in a restaurant. He served food and drinks. He learned how to talk to people, which is very useful for his job now.
Notice the past tense verbs. Was, worked, served, learned. Now let's talk about the future. This is the fun part. We talk about dreams and goals.
For future dreams, we often use would like to or want to. They are similar, but would like to is a little more formal and polite.
Let's ask Maria about her dreams.
Maria, what would you like to do in the future?
Well, I really love my job, but one day I would like to open my own small cafe. I want to create a cozy place for my community. I am saving money for this dream now.
That's a wonderful dream. She uses would like to and want to express her future goal.
Mike, we have to make sure everyone feels included. What if someone is a student or is looking for a job?
That's a great point. Your work right now might be learning. Here's what you can say. If you are a student, I am a student. I study subject at school or university. Example, I study biology at the University of Toronto. If you are looking for a job, I'm currently looking for a job. I'm searching for a new opportunity in field. Example, I'm searching for a new opportunity in marketing. The polite phrase, I'm between jobs at the moment. If you are a stay-at-home parent, I'm a stay-at-home parent. I take care of my home and family.